Hello, friends. I'm Sophie PI. That is the Sabre Peregrine, and this is Racing Potential. Ba-da-dow! Still need an intro. Need to make one. Insert intro. Ba-da-dow! Welcome to Racing Potential, my semi-ship review series where I go over the atmospheric flight characteristics of the racing ships in Star Citizen to help you folks make decisions about what ships you want to fly. So, it's been a minute since we've done one of these, and partly because I wanted to focus on the 2954 Summer Festival, which we just had a couple weeks ago, link in the description below, and partly because 323 and Master Modes really sucked a lot of the joy I had for racing out. But more importantly, because I wanted to take some time and evaluate the quality of these videos, because I wasn't quite happy with them. So we just had 324 drop, and with it came a lot of changes to how ships handle an atmosphere, and we got this big pancake here behind me. And because of these changes and this ship, and that aforementioned quality soul searching, I had to do some testing to help put all these ships into a context. And the numbers are pretty interesting. Let's take it for a rip and I can explain more. Welcome to Stargazer Pass, the home track of Omega Aerosports, and where we'll be doing most of the lap testing for this 3.24 era of racing potential. Alrighty. Let me just look at my notes here. So the Peregrine is pretty interesting. Not because it doesn't have guns or because it's like a dedicated racing pancake, but because it's one of, if not the most smooth racing ships to fly in atmosphere. It doesn't really have any weird interactions with drag. It doesn't really fight you in any meaningful way. It'll more or less just sort of go where you want it to go without much issue. This sort of makes it stand out among the other racing ships because with the atmospheric changes in 324, it caused a certain instability with roll, where ships will tend to violently yaw. So it's like the key standout feature for me flying this ship. As for the top speed and stuff, we've measured it in an atmosphere here at New Babbage at about 1,600 meters with an unboosted top speed of 276 meters per second, which puts it just a little bit faster than the Mustang Omega and Gamma, and a top boosted speed of 370, which is pretty mid as far as racing ships go, at least in atmosphere. But it is definitely faster than the Omega and Gamma. It reaches its top unboosted speed in 8 seconds, which is actually very fast. So the acceleration on that ship is quite outstanding. And its boosted speed in 7 seconds. So it just walks away from the closest ship, which is the Omega. As for the boost tank, it's comparatively shallow compared to the other racing ships. We're looking at about a 25-second burn time with a 34-second recharge time. The recharge time is actually pretty comparable to the other racing ships. Most of them I've clocked around 32 to 34 seconds. But yeah. But the boost burn time is quite low. Like most of the other racing ships, like the Razor and the M50, 350R, you're looking at about 32 to 34 seconds again, which makes this thing really need to use its boost. If you came here looking for like a should you buy or something like that, it's not the video for you. These videos are looking at the atmospheric flight handling characteristics of these ships in the current patch. I would not recommend anybody buy any ship based on current performance ever, especially this patch. I'm not going to recommend buying any of these ships because racing right now feels remarkably slow. But I would, if I was to gun to my head, had to recommend it to somebody, I would recommend it to anybody who enjoys a smooth experience, just wants to fly around and have fun, or somebody who wants to get into racing and wants something friendly to fly in to learn tracks or to sort of learn the fundamentals, or anybody who's rusty, who used to do racing but hasn't in a while, and they want to get into something that is, yeah, again, friendly, and they want to relearn the fundamentals or relearn the tracks, that kind of thing. I quite like it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you found this informative, and hopefully you had fun. Obligatory org shoutout. My org, Omega Aerosports, is a social racing club and racing team. We do a weekly track night every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. PST. That's open to all racers, or non-racers, of any skill level. Bring a ship and let's come for a rip. We also organize our seasonal festivals, one in the summer, which just happened. Go watch the playlist in the description below, and one in the winter. These are 1 week long racing events that have at least one race happening every day. During that week, we had 15 races on the 2954 Summer Festival. This is our biggest festival yet. It was a hell of a lot of fun. Anyways, for more information, go head over to our Discord, link in the description below. You've watched the best, now fly with the rest. Finger guns!